Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot from here. Hi, hello, and welcome. This is your daily tarot reading for the 23rd of November, 2024. And if you're familiar with my channel, you'll recognize the Three Ships Tapestry. So that is your warning of what we're going to probably tap into today. Anyway, for the rest of you, hold on, buckle up, and let's see what happens. Alright, my lovelies, I am back. All your cards are on the table. There's actually quite a few of them. We have no synchronicities, no aces, but we do have 6 major arcanas on the tables, and that's a fair amount. Now, the best part of your day, believe it or not, we start off with the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the World, the Three of Wands, and the Star. This is nice. You've accomplished something. Quite well. Okay, so we've succeeded to move forward in some area, and now we're on to the next. We're literally tackling the next, whatever that is. So the next level. Moving on up. Or I'm hearing outward. Outward. Okay, good. Whichever that way is more appropriate to when it comes to expansion. Because let's face it, we expand in all sorts of directions. Sometimes in many directions at once. That is not a linear path. That is spherical and is not necessarily perfectly round either. Okay. But moving on up. Okay. Next level. Next breakthrough. Next chapter. We like it. That's always good news. Alright. Worst part of your day, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and the Hangman in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, that moving forward, that next level up, unfortunately, it seems like as good as it is, as much as you knew, as much as you planned for, unfortunately what you may discover, or what you're going to see, is that it has hang-ups. The next level, the next chapter has hang-ups. Examples. What do I mean by that? Okay, so look at a business context. Perhaps you were a regular employee and then you applied for a position that is upper management or some form of higher up. You got the job. Okay, more pay for you. Yay, next level up. But with that comes more responsibility, that maybe they come to you and be like, oh yeah, don't forget, per your contract, instead of taking a half hour for unpaid lunch, you have to take a hour unpaid lunch, and you can't leave the premises. You're important enough that if you're called, you have to punch in back early. You know, you have to be on site, so you can't leave during your lunch break. You know, it's things like that that you don't realize, that there might be some restrictions or some little nuances in this next chapter, in this next level up. There's not as much wiggle room or breathing space. Okay, and I can see where some of you might not like that. Just even with the example I gave. Because let's face it, we go to work for 8 hours, and having an unpaid half-hour lunch is bad enough, but necessary if you want to eat. But some of us like the idea of an hour lunch. Some of us don't. But to have one that is that long and unpaid just means we're leaving the house, going to work, and spending that much more time away from our home, our family, and doing other things that we want to do. So some of us might deem that unnecessary and restrictive. Okay, our obstacle, or how to get over our obstacle. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot, the High Priestess in the reverse, the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, next level. We're moving into territory that is unknown to us. And we may not actually have all the answers of what that new level up entails. So whether that means you're gaining new spiritual gifts, you're starting a new job, you know, a new position, you're learning something new at your job, maybe you're starting a new relationship, what have you. You may not fully have the full picture, the full answers of what exactly you're moving into. You just know that you're moving into something new. You're transitioning, you're moving on, you get that level up. And it's okay to celebrate, by all means. Please do so. It's actually a good change. It's just, for the most part, there's some little nuances that come with this upgrade that you may not realize. More workload, more responsibility, therefore, you know, more restrictions. Maybe that is just literally on your time. It's like going from being an hourly employee to a salary employee. An hourly employee gets to punch out when their hours are done. A salary employee has to stay until everything is completed for the day. And depending on how much that is, depends on how long they're there. And that is a time management issue. Not only to get everything done, but also from a personal aspect, not at work, that's also a time management issue depending on how long you are at work. Why? Because you get less hours to sleep, to have fun, to be with your family, to do things like chores around the house. There's a shift in time. You know, what do they say? With more power comes more responsibility. Well, more responsibility sometimes comes with hang-ups, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. There's other aspects that maybe don't occur to us right away, or that we're discovering today. They're going to start letting themselves be known. Okay. And it's not that this isn't a great thing. No, it's a great thing. But sometimes you have to take the good with the bad. Sometimes you can't always sort that and make it two separate things. And others, we just have to learn how things work and how things go wrong before we can, you know, problem solve, troubleshoot, find the workaround to make it easier. And just like my example with the job, if you're moving from hourly to salary, that takes a while to get used to. It also means budgeting your time, the time management, that changes. And it takes a while for you to assimilate all the things that need to be done every day, and then figure out how everything needs to be ordered to where you can get that all done in a timely fashion. You know, it's one of those, you have to see how all the gears and nuts and bolts all move and work together, all of the pieces that there are, and get used to that before you can make any changes to hopefully get it to be a well-oiled machine. Because if you don't take that slow, steady step to learn and realize what the situation, what the aspects are to begin with, and that means you'll just always be burning the midnight oil. Okay. Interesting. Some of you might actually take this as a learning curve, but for me this is a level up with hang-ups. We're upgrading here. There just might be a little bit of a catch though. Okay. Now, I did add up all your cards. Everything here adds up to 131, which in my current numerology chart is physical movement or actual physical movement. Yeah, you're leveling up. And that doesn't necessarily mean in a physical sense. I'm also going to say this is in a spiritual sense. Simply because when we do things like an awakening, that is a type of form of leveling up. And yes, it does have its hang-ups, ascension symptoms, awakening symptoms. We have a lot of restrictions. Sometimes our body doesn't want to do what we need it to. That is a restriction. Things like that can show up for you for today. So just because I kept giving career examples, please don't say that this only applies to career. It was just an example. So please do your due diligence. Take that as it resonates. And for those of you that do like the astrology portion, we have Moon in Virgo opposite Saturn in Pisces. Yeah, one of your responsibilities is a lot, at least for the moment. And for that, just take more breaks. Make sure, breathe deeply, stay calm, which is probably the reason why they wanted the 3 ships tapestry. Because when you remain calm, when you're in still waters, and you don't let anything emotionally upheave you, things become a lot clearer, a lot quicker. It does help your movement if you are in a well-balanced area within yourself, regardless of what happens outside of you. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave this here for you guys. If it resonates, by all means, give me a thumbs up. If it does not, no worries. It is a general reading after all, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.